guys, this is Sade Sealey, and today I have a special guest here with me. Ta-da! Thanks again for joining us on another episode of Q&A with Sade. So let's go right into the questions.
How did we meet? What year was it?
I don't know, I never remember the year.
Oh.
Because I don't ever remember meeting him really.
It was Glue in Tobago actually.
See, I can't remember.
Yeah, I think Sherwin had a set. It was myself, Nate, Max, whole squad. And I saw this brown skin flying girl. I was like, hi, can I get a picture? And she said,
I can't remember.
it was actually a really awful experience. My ego was shattered.
I was a very standoffish person in the beginning. Oh, yeah. Now,
Still
I try to
standoffish.
adjust. No, I'm a little more inviting and approachable. Not necessarily the most approachable person in the world, but I've improved. I've changed my ways. Thank God. Well, we started talking like on a regular basis. I was probably when I went on second cruise ship tour, and we started talking on a regular, and then afterwards, I kind of started building an interest, but I wasn't really looking for no kind of relationship at that point in time. I was a little selfish. I told myself I wanted to have a selfish moment and think about me and try to build my life and my career and what I want, and it was, very self-centered. But after, that was for what in Antigua?
Gospel Fest?
Yeah, Gospel Fest in Antigua. We spoke a lot more, and afterwards I realized, kind of really like the guy and whatnot. Suck it to admit, because he kind of cut in my selfish phase, but God knows best. Clearly, we ended up married.
I think I always had a crush on her, but we had an understanding that we were just gonna remain cool. I had a girlfriend as well, and she was respectful. I was respectful as well. But then when that relationship ended, it was just like. So I remember when it was, but we used to talk a lot while she was on the ship, and I was just like, yo, I really like you. How about we do something serious? And she was like, no.
Me no like it.
And she kept saying, oh, it wouldn't work, and I'm younger, and she lives far.
Yeah, long distance relationships suck, because you can't see nobody when you want. And then for some weird reason, airfare from right here to right there is like $1 million per person. So, not really about our life, but it happened. And now he lives here in Trinidad. Ha ha. Forget you, Antigua.
Oh, hell no.
But you like here, so you can't say nothing. He forsook you guys.
Wow. This one is actually really deep because in my field, you see a lot, and there's a lot of people you want to do things for, you want to sacrifice for, but then in the long run, majority of the time it comes back and it bites you in the butt. But then I realized that with her it was different because I could give my all to a cause, knowing that hey, my purpose on earth is not necessarily an 8 to 4. It's using my talents, giftings, and a college education to basically propel her career forward. I've always told her you're the star of my show. What?
You go ahead and talk.
What?
Go ahead and talk.
So yeah. I'm not sure how to answer that one.
The thing is, what I would say, and it might sound bad, but I don't think he necessarily helped me to discover my purpose, because I took the time out before getting into a relationship to understand who I am and what I want to do first. So when I revealed what my purpose was, he was more of an influence. He was, and he still is, an influence where my purpose is concerned. And I was saying that it's not my career that he's propelling. It's our career, because we're building this brand and this team together. Although I might be at the forefront most of the times, it's still our career. So it's more of an influence.
I think too, our purpose kind of align themselves.
Yeah, both of us have the same purpose and the same goals at the end of the day. You know, he helps me with mine, I help his with his.
His with his.
Yeah, helped him with his. So, you know, that's what it is. But where the influence is concerned, what I can say is that a lot of times, when music is concerned, it's very easy to quit, it's very easy to give up, and it's a stressful career. You know, a lot of challenges comes, especially in the gospel environment. People think, you know, because we are Christians, we don't face these things, or we're not supposed to face challenges, but they do come, right? You all could stay in your naive little bubble. These things come, and you have to deal with it, and he helps me deal with that instead of giving up or stepping over it and ignoring it or sweeping it under the rug. He helps me deal with it, and he helps me to grow. Right? It's always a push, it's always a challenge, and I love challenges. I here for challenges. So that's my influence. This is the person that, you know, covers, drives, encourages, how to do whatever, pep talk, I will get buff, whatever the case is, it's 24/7 influence and encouragement here. Him is very annoying. Him is annoying, like, a lot of the times. He laughs at the most ridiculous things. Sometimes my face will be serious, and I'll be like, what is so funny about that? Seriously, what was funny about that? It was in no way funny, but he still laughs. But that is something you can't take away from him. That's what his character, that's who he is, you know. A lot of the times he tries his very best to be a joyful person. Very miserable. What's the most annoying thing?
In the serious sense or the jovial sense?
I don't know.
Whew, Lord. My instance, the thing that annoys me most about her is sometimes I feel like she's not as serious as she should be in terms of her career. So I'd have to pull her aside and be like, hey, what are we doing? You know, like, you should have done this. Why are you not doing this? Etc. So yes, I can be jovial, but when it comes to business and career, yeah, I don't play with that. So that's what annoys me.
I just figured out what your most annoying thing is.
What's that?
I'll tell you your ears first. So if I say it out loud, it's farting. Oh my gosh. That's the most annoying thing. Because it's loud. Or sometimes he might just say excuse, and I might be in the middle of a series or movie, and then the stink hits and I have to pause and run out.
My spirit is being renewed, David.
There was a time I was dreaming, right? And I wake up and I tell him this. I am dreaming, and in my dream, I dream he fat. But like, it transcends into the real life, and he really fat. And it was the most disgusting, because like in my dream, I'm like, kid, a kid. And in real life, when I actually open my eyes and wake up right after I say that, it was really a very stink fart. So in the middle of the dark night, I found myself getting up and getting out of the room just to give the room a little breeze out, because it was really disgusting. You know what you're getting yourselves into, people.
This one is hard because it says most, but there's a few things I have.
No, well then it's not most. That can't be the most.
Because they're all tied for number one.
Makes no sense. Mostest.
I think too her fashion sense is something that I like a lot. Like she'd think that I don't like something, because I'd be like, why that? But I'm really just trying to find out, like, you know, the method behind the madness. Because I think it's really unique. So I admire that most of her. I'm trying not to be the whole cliche. I like the fact that she's caring. That's cool. We passed that. I like her fashion sense.
We passed that and gone to fashion.
Yeah.
Alright. That is your answer. Mine is work ethic. Because I don't like, I was never a morning person. I don't like to wake up early. That's the hardest thing for me. But he would find it very easy to get up and just head straight into work. I need until like lunchtime to say, yeah, I could start to think about working. I could work late, I can't work early. That just, yeah, that's me. So I don't mind working late. I could work till 12 or whatever the case is, midnight. But working early, no. I like sleep. Well, we recently celebrated our first anniversary. Yeah. But it hasn't been challenging. There were some challenges, but it was an experience. It took a lot of adjusting because I'm very careful with who I let into my space, especially if it's a new person. And it's a new person. You're in my room, you're in my space, you're at a
Nigga, you lived with me for like 6 months first.
Yeah, but still, you had to stay by me for like 2 weeks or something before. So you were basically living with us before we started living with you.
Yeah, but I wasn't in your space.
That was my space, the entire house. The whole of where I live is my space.
My apologies.
The whole street is my space. But yes, it was a bit challenging at first, but eventually you start seeing different sides. You just learn how to deal with people or a human being that you pledged and said this oath to forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever.
Forever! 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 Forever!
And ever.
But
it was nice. No, it's not draining. It was really a nice experience. The first year of marriage is very nice. Trust me, you will.
Can't say trust because some people don't last that long.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
But it's a constant commitment. Ensure that you have in your mind that this is a commitment from the minute you wake up to the moment you go to sleep. Even while you're sleeping, it's still a commitment. Once you keep engraving that into your mind, you would find it easier as time goes by.
In my sense, it's been, as she said, it hasn't been a challenge per se, because on the eve of our anniversary, I told her there's a lot of things that we experienced that I know people call it curse for, and that's one thing I'm proud of. But for my friends who know me, they know that I don't like stress and that kind of thing. So if it is a situation or an environment is just not conducive, I don't have time for it. No, when you vow, when you make a contract before God, even if you're mad and you do this, you can have to moonwalk back because you can't really go anywhere. So, I've learned so much about this human, but I think too it's just something that will allow me to be a great husband. I think that's something I told her from the get-go. Like, I want to be a great husband and an amazing father to all 6 of our kids.
Nobody having sex trying.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Let's say it together. Let's see if it's the same thing. Ready?
Yeah. Ethan!
Wow, I just said together, Joe. I was gonna count to 3.
Oh, I didn't know.
Nah, you ruined it, shit.
But it wasn't that?
Yeah, it was actually. I was gonna say food though.
Yeah. I enjoy food. The thing is though, if it is we go out for food, as soon as we finish, it's like, yo, time to go back home, please. Like, we have no time. We don't want to see nobody else. We don't want to get involved in any more conversation. It's just like, yeah, let us go home.
You go out with friends, you know, you're not good there with
Yeah, that's
talking.
different. But still, at a point in time in my mind, I could still say, you know,
Like, I
that
remember
was nice, yo.
for her birthday, I took her to a restaurant, and you know, we were eating, and in the middle of, I think it was the main course, in the middle of the main course, she was like, and I was like, you ready to go home, aren't you?
Yeah. My battery, I have a battery for the day of how much I could tolerate from people. And if, you know, that's just something, and then you just want to leave. Like, you really do need to leave and recharge, and then give me like a week and I could tolerate you some more. I can take longer to get dressed depending on where we're going.
I don't understand how you said you can.
No, I can. If
You
I
do.
want to take my time, I will take my time.
But even if you don't take your time, it's
No, because women naturally have more to do.
true.
But depending on where I'm going, that's what I was saying. Depending on where I'm going, I wouldn't take long to get dressed. If we go into the grocery, times I will get dressed before you, and then I'll be like,
Devil
yo,
is a
you're
liar.
holding my back.
That's because I'm 90% of the time in drawers. So
And I still have to change a full body of clothes.
that's fine.
Yeah, it depends on where we're going. But one thing, I am never late. Like, if you say get ready for whatever time, I am ready for that time, or sometimes a little before. You could slow turn your head how much you want to slow turn your head, Miss Emily. That is the truth. I would make sure I'm ready for a particular time. I think I'm the introvert and you're the extrovert. But I
don't think I'm an extrovert.
I think both of us can be introverts, just depending on our circle.
Yeah, well, that circle's mad small.
Because you're real stush when you're ready.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
Nobody could ever say they've approached me and I was like that.
Lies.
It really depends on the environment for me though. Like if
That
it's
depends on the environment for me too.
yeah, but if it's only two things that can get me to be as open. It's music and FIFA. So
Yeah, we're in Tobago right now, and he made friends the first night of being here just because it had FIFA.
it's the children's bread.
Dumb. It have two things, Antigua, bread and cheese, or bun and cheese. Bread and cheese / bun and cheese, that's one. Two, beach, because let's be honest, Trinidad doesn't really have like breathtaking beaches. Tobago has some really, really nice ones, but it's still no Antigua. I'm not in Tobago very often.
Add a third one just for your case. Price of seafood.
Yeah, the price of seafood there is very cheap, so you can get lobster on a regular.
Oh, what's your
It
greatest
was the
challenge?
greatest challenge. At first, it had a language barrier. Seriously, because I never understood what he was saying. The mixers trying to dissect and decipher and whatnot. No, I did not. But at first, like now, yeah, I get used to it. Force by force. But greatest challenge, I don't think we have any challenges when it comes to cross culture besides language.
You're disrespectful about our national anthem.
No, the national anthem are long. Beyond short and beautiful, there's long like a hymn. It's a long hymn. Seriously. But such is life. Pat boy, thank you for the national anthem. Huh?
Let me start with my challenge first. This one is the most. I'm trying to find a word that's not as harsh, but still gets my point. It's ridiculous.
What is ridiculous?
The characters here, like the persona of people here, is not a good look at all. Like when I've had friends here while I was in Antigua who are no longer my friends here. Now that I'm here.
Such is life.
Oh.
I've learned to not let those things bother me anymore.
Well, you realize that the question said, what's one thing you love about each other's culture?
Oh,
and
well,
I gave you three. Well, I'm gonna name three too.
Well, yeah.
Curry. Bless God.
Ah.
2, the music scene down here is a lot more vibrant. And 3, there's something about the way they speak here that I think is really, really cool. Like, there's some words you'd pronounce, I'd be like, say it again.
Like Putigal.
Never that.
Putigal is cool.
Putigal is the dumbest thing I've ever heard in my life. What the hell is a Putigal?
It's a Portugal from Trinidad. A Putigal.
It's a what?
Portugal from
That's it.
Trinidad.
That's what we end right there.
From Trinidad.
Shit.
Portugal.
But yeah, there's a way you guys speak, and I think that's like the sexiest thing ever. We're wonderful. Yeah, right.
Says the guy who moved over here.
I don't like people around me when I'm working. Actually, in the early stages of our marriage, she'd tell me that when I'm working, I'm not even a friendly person in terms of having a conversation. Like,
No.
it's a leave me alone kind of zone. See, now, she'd come, what you doing? Or I'd stop. Because before I just used to be like,
what? Like I had to hurry up and talk. What? What you want? Yeah. No. After I addressed that problem, it's like, huh?
communicate.
Pardon? What did you just say? Yeah. So we got a
I
little more
don't
pleasant.
speak like that.
We got a little more pleasant with the answers now, but it's okay. Yeah. How do we deal with it? I don't know. Just deal. I don't like people around me while I doing anything either. That's the thing. I like to be in my own space with writing and developing songs. That's how I am. So if you're around, it's like I can't get whatever the idea is out to its best ability. I've tried, and I find that I still have to revisit it after. So I work better alone in my own space.
Well, I just want to thank you for having me. I hope it's not that.
It's sarcasm. It's the most annoying.
What?
Most annoying quality.
There's
Sarcasm.
only one, and you already gave one. Matter of fact, you
I
gave
give
two.
like, yeah, probably. So now it's like 3.
I guess.
Yeah. So guys, thanks again for watching. We pray that, where's the subscribe button usually? Somewhere around here. It's somewhere on the bottom. So subscribe, like, comment, share, comment, and that's about it. So thanks for viewing. Bye.